parents, coaches, players, and friends. My name is Geraldine Cano, SVBC President for 2018. So thank you all for coming out to support the Phoenix team today. Thank you. So the Phoenix team was formed in 2012 when these boys were just 5th graders. With Coach Luke, actually that's their very first coach. So many of them have never played basketball before. When they started, they were so bad that they lost 20 points, yeah. But like any classic movies, they are the phoenix. They rose from the ashes. Ooh. They work hard and hard and hard. And they actually become one of the strongest SVBC teams in the club. So I think overall they won over 20 Asian League tournaments. How many exactly, I don't know, like over 20. A record they're still holding in the club until today. So the boys now play in all the varsity schools teams from Saratoga High, Leyland High, Harker, Lynbrook High, Monte Vista High, and Cupertino High. Some of them, Jean and Joe, have been selected in the North-South Star team several times. Kao Yu was in the Mercury News. So in the Bay Area, I think most people view Asians as either math genius or music mozart, right? Basically, very nerdy. But we think SVBC kids are a different type of nerdy, okay? So we do play music, we do very well in math, but we also can do a 3-point shot, make a dunk, and play great basketball. So our boys, not only they're multi-talented, they also volunteer in clinics, in camps, to help the younger kids to play basketball. So years from now on, I hope that you will not only remember the wins and losses of each game, but the people that went through the journey with you guys. Of course, you will definitely remember the parents who probably know nothing about basketball, but will shout and cheer the loudest in every tournament for you. You will remember your teammate that you might think they will hog the ball or play worse than you, but they will actually cry and smile with you throughout your journey. I think you will also remember the coaches who will work really hard on you guys, make you run until you cannot walk. But they are the people who will give you the opportunity to play even before you think you're ready. So I hope that you will have many fond memories in your which will last your lifetime. Today, on behalf of the club, I actually really want to thank the parents for giving us the support and volunteer in the club. Without you guys, the club would not be able to run and host the tournaments. I want to thank the coaches, Coach Luke and Coach Joe, who have trained you guys well and actually inspire you to to enjoy life and lead an active life. I want to thank the Phoenix players for practicing hard, fighting hard, and win the tournaments, and also become the role models for our younger kids. So I wish you guys have a wonderful and bright future at college. Good luck with your college application, and hope you will come back to support Asian League. Okay, thank you. Best of luck.
Before I talk, I want to warn you guys that this is kind of maybe a PG-13 or not quite R-rated, but a little bit. So if you guys are sensitive to one bad word, please plug your ears or leave the gym. I hate earmuffs. We've gone through, you guys, everybody has gone through a lot of graduation speeches, various speeches. How many do you actually remember, right? And so as I was thinking about what to say to you guys, I'm hoping to be able to say something that you will remember that will have an impact to you guys, right? So that's why I chose to use one bad word, okay? And it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me to say, people will always say, oh, you got your role in front of you, you can accomplish, do anything you want to, and things like that, right? And you guys all know that you can, and you have all of this in front of you. But I think what is really important, especially nowadays, today's education is very much focused on this building self-esteem, So I feel a lot of young people come out today, they feel they can conquer the world, but they really can't. And so there is a mismatch between expectation and what one can actually deliver. And so what I want to say today is, how would you guys respond to someone that comes out and say, you are a piece of shit? Okay? How would you respond to that? Right? And it's very important, right? Now maybe you feel that you've been nagged by your parents all the time, you're not doing this right, not doing that wrong, and things like that. And they see every single flaw of yours, and sometimes it's pretty small, and you get nagged and stuff like that. But, all of us at one point or another in our life, we end up being a piece of shit at some point, right? None of us are perfect, right? And so today, very few people, because we're in this politically correct society, right? Very few people are going to come up to you and say, hey, you really need to do something a little bit different, right? And you hear that from your coaches all the time, and you seem to expect that. But from other people, later on you're going to go to college, you meet new friends, you got professors, you're going to be working, you got bosses, and some of them are mean, some of them are not. And if they come up to you to say, hey, you're a piece of shit, what do you do? Okay, so let me give you a suggestion, right? I think two things I would encourage you whenever you encounter that. Don't be defensive, don't get upset. Ask the person, why do you think I'm a piece of shit? And how can I become not a piece of shit? Okay? Because you need to count yourself fortunate if somebody is actually willing to come up and tell you, hey, you're doing something wrong. Okay? Don't be defensive. You need to thank that person. And then you need to find out, why is this person saying that? And is there an actual problem with me? Well, sometimes you're going to have a problem with that person, right? He's just trying to give you a hard time or trying to pick on you and things like that, right? Let's discount those situations. Somebody coming up to you to say, hey, you can do better. You're doing something wrong, you can do better. Seize that opportunity. Okay? And then really find out and then look deep inside yourself and see how you can improve yourself. Okay? So that's what I want to share with you guys, and hopefully it's something that you guys will remember. Years later, you say, oh yeah, you see that guy, I remember Coach Luke's shit talk. Okay? Alright, thank you.
So, first of all, I just want to thank Coach Luke. My speech won't be as memorable. That's why I'm wearing loud shoes, so that probably they'll remember that maybe. So look, I really want to thank Coach Luke. I met him in 2006. Okay, when I started coaching that young man over there, Coach Eric, who coaches our, how old are you guys now? Ninth grade. I started with you guys when you were in 6th grade. Alright, so, we were at Monte Vista, and his son just transferred from Midi, Kevin, and that actually coincides with how we got to this point, because my coaching career started when I first met Kevin, Luke's son here. So, and he was a hell of a basketball player. And I'm not sure about you guys, but because they won a lot of championships too. And so you guys might be in the running with them. So yeah, look, I've already said it, but the game of basketball is just it's another form of teaching life lessons, which Luke's already, kind of said in a way. And to be honest, the way that he's taught these young men here, and I know that the original team is not here right now, and obviously there's some certain things that could control, so people aren't here and things like that. But they already all know the message. Okay, and you build your life like you do any great building, from the foundation up. You start them at the young age and you build them at the ground up. Always, you never go top to bottom. Okay, and I just want to give Coach Luke a hand, because from coaching Kevin to coaching these kids, the fundamentals are always there. Now they get away from their fundamentals a little bit and have to reach back and say, hey, let's not try to get too fancy, but the fundamentals are always there. Okay, so, and again, I'm talking basketball right now, but you go to life off the court. Your fundamentals have to be there. How you treat other people, how you want to be treated, how you go about yourself, how you go about your business, your work, and how you carry yourself. I always preach confidence. Okay? The best ability a person can have is availability. If you can't come out of your shell, I don't know if you'd be able to do anything. So, for me, that's always been my number one goal, is to have players be confident on the court, and then maybe that could translate to off the court. X's and O's, things like that, they're all smart. They all know how to do everything they want to do on the basketball court. I teach the play like 1-2 times, they got it. All right, but how can you execute it? All right, what happens when a defense does this? How do you counter? Things like that. And it's a chess game. And then I look at that at life. Things will come up. How are you going to handle adversity? And I pride myself on it, and I hope that they get it. After every timeout, if a team's on a big run and we're losing or whatever, I don't always get the panic mode, because you start to panic, then there's no point. Okay? You figure out the solution and you do it. Okay? And then you give it the best shot you can. In this life, to me, that's all you can do. Alright? You give it the best shot you can. Whatever comes, comes. Control what you can control. Okay? So with you fellas, I've always told you that this team is very fundamental and everything like that, but as you get older, the competition gets tougher, the competition gets higher. So as that happens, emotions run high. All right? Coach Eric now, but when he was a player, we had a little dude on our team. He was a captain, but he ran on high emotions. So sometimes we had to reel it in and things like that, or else he'll start elbowing people and getting into fights. And there's a time for that, and there's not a time for that. So to bull rush your way through everything is not always the key. Okay? And as I coached I coached them when they were in 7th grade for 2 tournaments, and I coached them their junior and senior years, a little bit of their sophomore year. Right, so I've always wanted to instill in them, hard work will always pay off. Okay? And keeping composure in whatever situation you have will always lead you to the right path. Whether it's good or bad, you can control what you can control. Why worry about things you can't control? Okay? So, I want to leave it with that. So, for example, I guess I'll just say this one thing. Could control the injuries. Could control, people missing, things like that. But we go out there, we do what we can. And you guys played your heart out this tournament. And I love you guys for that. You guys give me everything you got. That's all a coach can ask for. Okay, so again, I want to thank you guys for letting me be your coach. I want to thank Coach Luke for allowing me to build on top of what he laid, which was a solid foundation. All I had to do was basically decorate. All right. Coach Eddie was not here. Coached them through all the championships, their glory years. Okay, so just want to thank you guys again. All the young kids that are here, my former team that are here. Okay, you guys are going into 9th grade, right? So high school is a different level. Always keep up. Always keep up. Okay, never ever fall behind. Always stay ahead. Preparation always keeps you on your toes, and the reason why you never worry is because you're prepared. If you are prepared for everything you are, that say a game, a presentation I have to give for work, a presentation to give for school, if you are prepared, there's nothing to worry about. Okay? So again, I'll thank you. And then one last thing. I want to thank all the parents. There's a lot of trust to give into someone you don't know to coach your kids and to help your kids out, which is, as a coach, you can't take that for granted. So, as parents, each one of them, I just want to say thank you for believing in me and trusting me. Okay? So, thank you all again. Appreciate it.
So, I don't expect too much. It's kind of long, I'm just saying. So, first and foremost, I would like to give a big thank you to all the wonderful parents who made all this possible for us. No words can express my gratitude towards all your hard work and precious time you guys have devoted for us, on top of everything you guys have to deal with us every single day. So now let's please give our amazing parents a huge round of applause. So basically, to sum it up, my essay thing is my experiences of my past 6 years. So my 6 years playing for SVBC has been quite an adventure. I still remember my first game playing as a guest player for SVBC at an AU tournament in my 7th grade. For some reason, Coach Luke, he liked what he saw for some reason, and I was accepted to join the team. At first, it was a struggle. I did not know anyone on the team except the homie Ian Ty right here. I thought he looked like Jeremy Lin at the time, so I was a pretty cool guy. Yeah, but now he looks more like a Jackie Chan. Yeah. So during practice, Coach Luke, he had some pretty hard drills. I did not know how to do a pivot. Those are a front pivot or a reverse pivot, and I didn't know how to do a pump thing. So thank you for teaching me those, but I still don't know how to do it. Thanks for trying. Yeah, and then since I didn't know anyone except we had to do drills with a partner. So this other lonely guy, his name is Mason. He's kind of awkward at the time, but we ended up being partners, and I would have thought that we would be best friends 6 years later. So I'm grateful for that. Hold on one second. Okay. So besides practice, we had games, right? And then I got some minutes, but most of the time I just sat on the bench, which was a life-changing moment. I learned so many things. First, Kyle, I learned that he's one of the best forwards I've ever seen. Every time he drove in the lane, he always got a foul call, and then he's so good. And you should get an after one of the foul. Yeah. Okay, and then next, I came to a quick realization that Dean Wang, he like really looks like Yao Ming. Especially when he like gets called for a foul, he makes like some weird face and like looks exactly the same. In addition to that, like Ian, I don't know if you're playing the right sport. Like I think you're playing track and field because like those track and field like 100 miles per hour, like so like just like slow down. So not long after my enlightening time on the bench, Coach Eddie took over the team as our new head coach, and we quickly came to realize that he was like kind of a bully. But like we played like King of the Hill for warm-ups, and then like he would play with us. But at the time we were like 8th graders, so like he like crossed all of us up, and like I felt kind of sad because like we always lost to him. The most important thing I learned from Coach Eddie was like when you play basketball, you gotta make like the grunting noises and like puffing your like air out of your mouth because like it makes you look like a baller. Yeah. So like Coach Eddie brought me off the bench to start, and it was pretty cool seeing the basketball court for like the first time. And then during Eddie's tenure, I met my other homie, Ryan Kagawa, also known as Tags. At first, Tags, you weren't very like good. But like now you can like jump on like a lower point. Good job on that. But like, can you like reply to my Facebook messages? Because like you want to do that. Alright. Almost done, sort of. Alright, so after Coach Eddie, like an Asian DJ Khaled, Coach Joe walked into the building, like he has the most expensive shoes I've ever seen. Yeah, you always wear a different pair of shoes to practice every day. And, like you always make fun of Mason because like Mason always like has slippery shoes. So maybe you should give him a
Once.
Up to date, Coach Joe, I've seen you make maybe 1, maybe 2 jump shots. Like yeah, but I'm sure in your prime, like you probably will like Venice on the beach. Okay, so Coach Joe, I learned that flat backs are pretty important. Like cross legs behind the back, and like you guys should, you kids should all learn the flat back. Put it in your game. Yes. Thank you for being like such a late, chill coach and like letting us just play basketball, and I appreciate you for that. And for that, you probably appreciate. Okay. And then like, okay, so the next teammate I'd like to talk about is like, he's not here right now, but like one day, a buff Asian like dude walked into practice like an hour late, and like he like took us like time to like put his shoes on, like even though he was late, so I don't know what he's doing. But John is one of the most skilled basketball players I've ever played with, but like he always dribbles the ball off his foot, like even though no one's guarding him. Yeah, and I've never seen him show up to practice on time, so some things never change. Joseph is the next player I'd like to talk about. He's like probably like one of the best shooters I've played with. Well, like he like always airballs floaters, so maybe he should just shoot threes. And he always looks like he's sleep deprived, so like I think he needs some sleep. All right, so my final paragraph. Okay, I honestly enjoyed every moment I played with the team throughout my 6 years. From being on the bench, from Joseph somehow like cramping up every practice, even though I think he's like faking it. From John walking into practice an hour late, or sometimes even missing the whole entire practice because he just like forgot about it. From Ian Tai going over 200 miles per hour like, all the time. From Ryan and Mary playing contact. From Gene somehow turning into like a 6'3" shooting center to like a shooting guard somehow. From Kyle being really mean to me. And especially from the really fun part right back home with Ben Mason. So thank you to all the parents, all the coaches, and all my irreplaceable teammates that for making SVBC such a great organization and one that I will cherish forever. Thank you for listening, guys.
For their kind words and the lessons that they pass on to us throughout all these years. I think they really played a really important part in all of our development from when we were in 5th grade all the way until now. So I'd like to thank you for that. And also, secondly, I'd like to thank all the parents for just sacrificing so much. Sacrificing so much so that we would be able to have a team and be able to play basketball together. And it's really kind of you guys to allow us to do what we love. And finally, my teammates. It's been one crazy journey. Playing together, being really bad, and then being really good, and then being sad. But it's been a crazy journey. I really